It is viewers like you that make videos like this possible. Please support MickeyMousePark.com. It's a Small World was launched from a very large stage, the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair, where over 10 million visitors joined the happiest cruise that ever sailed around the world. Take a trip on the happiest cruise that ever sailed and let your heart fill with the kind of peaceful optimism that the original attraction was founded on and continues to be all about. However, what those visitors saw wasn't what was originally planned. The Happy Cruise went through a major change before it ever launched. The main concept was always a charismatic boat ride past hundreds of singing audio-animatronic dolls from 6 continents. However, initially the international dolls were going to sing all the various national anthems on all those continents. This would have resulted in a disharmonious jumble as guests listened to one anthem as they approached the next.
East meets West. It's a small world, and that's the name of our latest attraction at Disneyland. Its stars are the children of the world. Every land from A to Z, from Asia to Zululand is represented. From sketches and finished drawings, these scale models were constructed. Then by our electronic process, which we call audio animatronics, they were given voice and movement. Now this is a scale model of a 30-foot-high clock at the Small World entrance. It's the most unique musical timepiece ever created. At each quarter hour, when its cogs, gears, and springs and wheels are set into motion, the clock actually performs the time.
Instead of a multitude of overlapping melodies, a single anthem was written by Richard and Robert Sherman to fill the entire trip with a 15-minute reminder that it is indeed a small world after all. The Shermans originally intended their song to be played as a slow ballad, but the playful spirit of the cruise demanded a bouncy tempo. The building in New York was vastly different from what was constructed in Anaheim. For the fair, It's a Small World was in the Pepsi-Cola Pavilion, where the relatively bland exterior was dressed up with the signage and elaborate 120-foot-tall, 100-ton artwork in front. The structure was called the Tower of the Four Winds, had mobile elements that expressed the boundless energy of youth according to its designer Disney legend Raleigh Crump. At Disneyland, that structure is now echoed with an artistic sign out front made of twisting and bending metal tubes. Anaheim's acre-and-a-half Small World building supplanted the old train depot at the back of Fantasyland and extends well beyond the park's perimeter berm. The facade is an intricate, smile-inducing collage of moving shapes that evoke grand monuments like the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, etc. from around the world. Wonderful and whimsical, this isn't architecture, it's architecture, designed by several Disney legends, among them Mary Blair. The exterior has undergone several paint revisions that have taken it from white and gold to white and blue color schemes to a sweet rainbow of candy pastels. The gold trim is made of actual 22-karat gold leaf, and some of the fancy decorations are in enlarged duplicates of personal jewelry owned by the designers. A lavish topiary garden, a complex cuckoo clock that chimes with marching toy soldiers every 15 minutes, and the Disneyland trains which pass across the building's layered frontage all add to the fanciful fun. As charming as a cruise is, the trip itself is almost unnecessary because there's so much to see on the building's exterior. Inside the building, the winding 1,400-foot river, laid out by Disney legend Claude Coates, meanders past over 300 singing dolls and about 250 kinetic toys and effects. Everything is scattered across dozens of Mark Davis-created scenarios to illustrate how happiness is a global emotion, whether it's experienced by island kids on surfboards, Dutch girls clacking their wooden shoes, giggling hyenas in Africa, or skating Scandinavians. Veteran guests may remember the sponsor's cheery reminder at the exit that no matter where in the world they went, Bank of America would be there. B of A, which helped fund Disney film projects dating back to the Snow White in 1937, sponsored It's a Small World until 1992 when Mattel took over. In recent years, Sylvania displays a slogan about making our small world brighter. After debuting in New York in 1964, It's a Small World got 2 big pages in Disneyland 1965 souvenir book, a year before the attraction even opened in Anaheim. At its Disneyland premiere in 1966, international children ceremoniously poured water from each of the world's oceans into the Small World River, while press photographers merrily clicked away. The e-ticket attraction even had its own soundtrack album, complete with colorful 10-page booklet. In 1999, It's a Small World became the first Disneyland attraction to get the new Fast Pass ticket distribution system, the significant sign that the Happiest Cruise is still as adored and as adorable as ever. When famous urban planner Robert Moses, who was chiefly responsible for the layout of much of modern New York City, came to Walt Disney in early 1960, asked him to design a children's village for the 1964-1965 World's Fair to be held in Flushing's Queen, he had no idea that Walt had already begun talks with several potential sponsors to do just that, namely create something technologically innovative with an immersive story and unforgettable visuals at a World's Fair pavilion. It was serendipitous coincidence that sparked the famous attraction's beginnings. Just as the Silly Symphonies short film series was a place to develop and experiment with cutting-edge techniques that could later be implemented in his feature films, these pavilions would serve the same function. Walt could design a brand new attractions, ride system, effects, and technology on a smaller scale before developing them in a larger capacity elsewhere like Disneyland. While Walt was negotiating with the state of Illinois on the Lincoln Project, he received word that the Pepsi-Cola Company was looking to partner. In conjunction with UNICEF, Pepsi had a huge amount of space at the World's Fair, but did not have much time or money. Disneyland supervisor Joe Fowler told Pepsi that there just was not enough time to get the pavilion ready, and this was coming from someone who built Disneyland in 1 year. Walt thought otherwise. Walt told the Imagineers that they would be working on one more project. He described it as a little boat ride that maybe we can do. As veteran Imagineer Raleigh Crump said, "We thought, little boat ride? We were working on Lincoln and the Carousel of Progress, both of which were using the highest technology and animatronic figures, and we were working on Ford too. All of this, and Walt wants us to do a little boat ride." It's a Small World closes January 2008 through February 2009 for refurbishment. After the 2009 refurbishment, new boats made of colored resin replaced the original fiberglass ones. The new boats are the same size, design, and color scheme as the originals and can accommodate between 12 and 15 riders. Added characters, Cinderella, Gus, and Jack look out over their new home in France. Look up and spy Peter Pan and Tinkerbell flying around the moon. Alice and the White Rabbit await the Queen of Hearts in England. Pinocchio and Jiminy Cricket dance in the Puppet Theater stage in Italy.
Takes us over Fantasyland toward It's a Small World. Through the use of audio animatronics, children from every corner of the world come alive, singing and dancing a musical fantasy on this globe-circling cruise.
Let's turn the clock back to the opening day ceremonies of It's a Small World. More than 500 children and old world folk dancers in their native costumes participated in the parade. The dedication ceremonies were attended by consular officials, representatives of the press, and thousands of Disneyland visitors. But the very special guests were children from many nations.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world.
Water flown to Disneyland from the major oceans and seas was added to the small world's 7 seaways. quicker and quieter ways to find out the correct time, but they're not as much fun.
Notice the gentleman in the foreground in a yellow shirt and hat. That's my grandfather when we visited Disneyland in 1977.
There's so much that we get, and it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all.
Original sets built at Grosh Studios.
World after all. It's a small world after
2016 marks the 50th anniversary of It's a Small World opening at Disneyland.
Fantasyland has grown since its inception. Today, it reaches all the way around the Earth, making it a small world indeed. The children of more than 100 lands sing and laugh in this, the most colorful of world tours.
Here we enter the children's world of imagination, fun, and laughter as we start our globe-circling tour in the Scandinavian countries. During our voyage, we'll visit more than 100 lands. Let's see how many we can identify. The wooden-shoed children of Holland. Ooh la la, this could only be Gay Paris. The fabulous Taj Mahal and flying carpets that glide beneath a veiled sun. Children all over the world have one thing in common, a love of laughter.
Specs: capacity 5,400 per hour, capacity per boat 15, cycle time 11 minutes 43 seconds, load time 15 seconds, unload time 15 seconds, trip time 11 minutes 21 seconds, dispatch interval 11 seconds, trips per hour 5, distance traveled 1,400 feet, speed 1.3 miles per hour. Alice Davis's adorable doll costumes fastened with Velcro for easy access whenever the mechanisms needed repair. Careful pruning is required for temporaries. Industrialized dehumidifier being replaced.